welcome back to my channel. Today, I'll be going over everything that we saw in the graveyard shift. Sorry this video is a little bit late, and I do apologize that I haven't posted in a while. I'm supposed to be posting more videos like this, but I've kind of just been lazy and didn't do them, and I know like there was a whole graveyard shift teaser and stuff, and I know I didn't cover it, but let's just go over this graveyard shift teaser, and let's go over the fantastic props that were in it. Starting off the lot, we have Henry Hustle. This guy is amazing. I really like Henry Hustle's design. I really like what he does. It's just fantastic, and just the prop in general, the regular clown face looks really cool, and of course the creepy clown face looks super cool. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get this guy. I'm thinking about getting this guy, but it's a maybe. I'm not sure. I need to see all these guys in person for me to actually decide which one I want to get first. So Henry Hustle is super cool. I think he's maybe a 9, 8 out of 10 prop because he's just amazing, and I love his jump scare noise. It's so creepy. Next up, we have Ghostface. Now, this one's a decent prop. Now, I love that it's Ghostface. I've been wanting a Ghostface prop for a while. If you don't know, I love Ghostface, and I love the Scream franchise. It's just such a great franchise, but I just feel like this prop is too cheap. Now, he does look cool in the theme, which I'm not going to spoil much. That will be hopefully for a future video that I'll be talking about the theme and stuff. But he looks really cool in the theme, and he's a decent prop. I feel like Hauntress is still better because, I loved Hauntress, and I still love Hauntress to this day. But I think he's a decent prop. I think he's okay. I just love that he's Scream. Coming up next, we have Night Stalker. Now, Night Stalker is a decent prop. Now, I feel like he's been getting too much hate than he actually deserves. Now, I feel like he's a decent prop. I like the arms, how the arms are detached. I feel like the only things that I don't like is his smile and his audio. I feel like he should have been, more, sad, and he should have been groaning, more like groaning and stuff, instead of, laughing like he actually does. But I feel like he gets too much hate than he actually deserves. I think he's a decent prop, and his price is really good. Up next, Mr. Howley, the prop that Mr. Howley, I don't know why I always call him Howley. I think his name's actually Mr. Howl. I think this prop's decent. I mean, this prop, I feel like he's gonna be like this year's Crouchy. He's gonna be one that looks small in the videos, but in person he's gonna be pretty big. I don't like his posture, but I think he's a pretty decent prop. I like his face. I think his face looks really nice, and his hands are decent. I feel like they're a little bit too extreme, but yeah, I really like him. I really like Mr. Howell. Coming up is a prop that I actually think is pretty dang cool because of his movements. This is Grim, and I really like Grim. I really like his head movement. I think his head moves, his eyes move, his mouth moves, his hand moves, and he turns to the side, which I think is crazy good
Death
movement.
warmed over, my friend.
His phrases are fantastic.
This is good.
And I feel like his price is actually pretty decent.
Soon
I mean,
there will be enough of us.
He's just a generic skeleton with great
And we will
movement,
terrorize the living until we own this night.
Isn't that bad for what you get?
Are you with me? Tonight is ours. Death warmed over, my friend. This is good.
Coming up next is Shorty from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Now, I never would have thought that they would have made a Killer Clowns from Outer Space prop ever. It's just crazy. If you don't know, Killer Clowns from Outer Space is my second favorite horror film of all time. So this is the coolest thing to see, and I'm for sure getting him this year. He is an amazing prop. I love how he switches from regular hands to boxing gloves, and his detail looks fantastic, and I just can't wait to get him and put him in my home. He's 5 foot, which is actually a pretty tall size for, I thought he was only going to be 4 foot or something, but he's 5 foot. But yeah. Coming up next is a prop that I have mixed feelings on, Beetlejuice. Now, I've never seen the Beetlejuice movies. Go ahead and come for me in the comments. I've never seen Beetlejuice. But I think the face looks really good. It is the best looking Beetlejuice face of all time. Even the body looks nice. I feel like my only complaint is his mouth and his robotic looking movements. I don't like his robotic movements, and his mouth could have had more movement to it. I feel like I have mixed feelings about the prop. The prop looks nice, but I just feel like there could have been more. This one, I'm sorry, I kind of forgot its name. It's gotta be something like Caretaker, Gravedigger, or whatever. I think this guy's really cool, though. Otherwise, I know this guy's also been getting a lot of hate. Well, some hate. I actually really like this guy. I love his face. His face kind of reminds me of more like a Freddy Krueger kind of face. It's really cool. I love like the scars and stuff all over his face and stuff. And I love how he's holding a shovel with tombstones on his okay, tombstones on his back. Like he's like, you're next, like you're the next, your name's gonna be on the next tombstone. I think it's super cool and pretty freaky. Now let's talk about Buzzsaw. No, I'm actually thinking about getting Buzzsaw this year as another prop that I'll be getting. I think he is so cool. He's super big, which that's my only reason that I might be holding him off, is because he's ginormous looking. But I just love the concept of like a bus. It's just such a weird concept, but it turned out really good. Like if somebody would have told me, oh, this year you're gonna get a hillbilly zombie holding a buzzsaw and a hammer, I would be okay, cool. It came out so good.
You're
I just love this prop.
You'll be perfect in no
I
time.
just love this prop. Next up, we all know him. We all love him. Wacky Mole. Oh my god. Is he my favorite prop of this year? You go ahead, call me a squeaker. I'm not. It's just Wacky Mole. Wacky Mole's my favorite prop. If you never knew, Wacky Mole is my favorite prop, which I'm assuming you guys don't know. He's my favorite prop of all time. Why? He was there the first year I went to Spirit, almost 8 years ago, I believe. Almost 8 years ago, I remember seeing him in stores. The first year I ever really loved Spirit. I just can't wait to get him. I love how they didn't change a thing about him. I just can't wait to get Wacky Mole. He's gonna be my first purchase of the year, and it's just, I can't wait to get him. Coming up next is another prop that I will be getting for this year, if he's in stores. This is Bloody Bag of Jokes. Again, I remember him from the Clown Train, and he's just he's my second favorite clown prop of all time, and him and Sam the Deadly Clown are like tied, but like I love how they didn't change a thing about these like animatronics that are coming back. Like, it's just so cool. It's so amazing to see. Coming up is this unnamed Reaper prop. Now this guy is really cool looking. I'm assuming that he's made by Techie Toys. He just looks like a Techie Toys animatronic, and he looks super cool, and I'm assuming that he rises up, as you may see in these next photos. He rises up to be, I'm assuming, like 7-8 feet tall or something, because his full extent looks super cool. So a lot of people said that he would jump up, but I feel like that would be like too crazy. But yeah, I really like him. I don't know if I'm gonna be getting him this year, but I really like him. This next prop is a crate with a hand coming out of it. This is probably one of my least favorite props, but I still think it's really cool, and it's like a crate demon inside there. I know it's definitely gonna scare a lot of people in store, and I know it's gonna get a whole bunch of scares, which I definitely like. And there's not really much to say about it, but yeah, I think it's a pretty good prop. I mean, it's like my least favorite, but I think it's decent. Next up, we got a weird one, but I actually kind of like it. It's a mutant looking clown holding a little girl in an ice cream cone. Super weird, but I really like it. It's it looks like a pretty cool prop. I'm assuming that it's going to be online only. It just looks to me like an online only. I know that's kind of a funny thing to say, but it just looks like that. And yeah, I just don't really know what to say about that. It looks really cool. Sadly, it kind of looks like it's going to be an online only, although I don't think I would buy it if it was in stores, but I still think it's really cool, and yeah, if he's in stores, I'd really like to see him in person. Coming up next, we have this clown that's hanging upside down with a knife in her mouth. I really like this. It's the first ever girl clown ever. Congrats, Spirit. You have my applaud. I really like this prop, and I might be getting it this year. Again, I have to see these props in person, except for Wacky Mole, of course, for me to want to buy them. Yeah, I don't know. I think that she's a really good prop, and yeah, I might be buying her this year, which is super cool. Next up is another coming back prop, which I think is super cool and unique that they brought him back, because not a lot of people asked for him, but they still brought him back, which I think is pretty cool. He kind of like the Phantom prop from last year, but this is Grave Grabbing Corpse, I believe, from 2015, and looks like he's going to be coming back this year, and I really like this prop. I really like the grave grabbing motion that they have on the grave grabbing animatronics, and he's just really cool, and I believe he was the first one, so it's super cool, and he's definitely the best. Now let's talk about this prop. This prop looks super cool, in my honest opinion. This is probably one of the best, like, little girl props. That's what I call them. I call them little girl props. Like, you know, the props where they're like little girls that are supposed to say creepy things and stuff. Spirit does them every year. They've been a huge popular trend recently, and they've been getting sales, so they've been making them. This is the best one yet because it has like a demon floating behind it. I'm assuming that it's gonna like be talking to her, and she's gonna be trying to look for it. As you can see, she's pointing, and I think that this is so cool and a really cool concept, and I just really like it. Next up, we have this floating ghost animatronics. It's really not a lot to say. It's a floating ghost. Me personally, I'm not a fan, but I know a lot of people are gonna like it because it's simple. But yeah, there's not a lot to say about this. I'm not a huge fan of it, and yeah, I could go without this one being an animatronic. Next up, we have this demon goat looking thing. Assuming to the theme photos, I'm assuming that he's 7 foot, which is super cool. And I can't wait to see how big this guy is in person. It's just going to be super cool to see him. I actually really like this guy. I don't think I'll be getting him this year. I don't know. But it just really depends. It looks like he's going to turn side to side and say some creepy phrases and stuff. Like, I'm going to take your soul and stuff. But it's just, I think it's a really good prop. I really like it. I think it's pretty good. Next is going to be our final license prop, and this is another Pennywise. I was super shocked to see this actually in the teaser, and I think it's a really cool looking prop. I love how it has the sharp teeth and stuff. I think that's super creepy, and I really like that. But yeah, it looks like he's gonna be like a sewer popper kind of prop, and yeah, I think it's gonna be really cool. This one's super cool. It might be another one that I'm going to be picking up this year. This is a unique looking prop. It's a bride holding her husband. I'm assuming her husband's head. This is just very cool and very eerie and creepy, and brings back to like the old days of Spirit. And the face is super detailed on the bride animatronic. Okay, sadly, everybody, we've reached the end. This year seems like a fantastic year, and I can't wait to go to my local Spirit stores and do my store tours. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to be doing better on track of making videos. This year I'm going to be getting a lot of animatronics for my collection, and stay tuned to see unboxings and demos of all those. Maybe you guys can even like and subscribe. I really am wanting to boost my channel up right now because I really want to have a subscriber count, and I really just, it's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and this year I really want to take it seriously. So if you guys can support my channel, I would really appreciate that. And yeah, I love every single one of my subscribers. It's just, I don't want to be begging. I hate to beg. You gotta understand, I hate to beg. Begging something that I never do. And if you check all of my videos, like, I never really say anything like, oh, can you please subscribe, this and this and that. But I just really appreciate it if you would, and it would really help me boost my channel. But otherwise, bye everybody. See you guys in the next video. Hopefully, we'll be coming soon. Bye.